MyNBA is looking interesting in NBA 2K25. Starting off is the redesign of MyGM. This RPG franchise mode puts you in the role of an NBA team's general manager. You'll navigate roster building, managing your governors and team's expectations of you, and much more as you run a world-class championship NBA franchise. With the new redesign of MyGM, you have more of a role-playing experience this year. When you start, you will select a backstory as an ex-player, ex-scout, a quant, capitalist, closer, or you can create your own. Picking your backstory determines your initial attributes, which in turn determine your baseline boost and leads to different playstyles for running your franchise as you navigate through conversations. For example, having many points committed to offense will enhance your team's scoring prowess, while having many points dedicated to charisma will open up new conversation options to lead to a more diverse set of goals to target and some routes that can provide more XP. The attributes that make up your GM are offensive coaching, defensive coaching, sports medicine, business, charisma, and analytics. As you complete goals, you will earn XP and level up to unlock more attribute points and new perks. While attributes offer broad benefits and affect conversation choices, perks are unique abilities that offer dramatic boosts to specific areas of your GM skills, both on and off the court. Each backstory starts off with a unique perk already equipped. Most levels will give you an additional attribute point. However, at levels 4, 8, 12, and 16, you'll receive an additional perk, and once you hit the level cap of 20, you'll get 2 additional perks. Level 12 is another important level, as every backstory will be able to pick their exclusive ultimate perk. For example, if you are an ex-player, you start off with the former player perk. You can read the locker room and are able to relate to your players, so this gives you a team chemistry boost all the time and generally helps ensure that your team will be playing its best. At level 12, you will be able to select the Lionheart perk, which ensures your players start warm and your star player starts hot when facing elimination in the playoffs, bringing them closer to achieving takeover. NBA 2K25 is loaded with perks, with 55 available to choose from at launch and more set to be unveiled throughout the year. When you begin your character creation, you'll be prompted to pick 1 to 2 perks and then earn more as you level up. Here's the full list of perks. Now, with goals and conversations, a core part of MyGM is conversations with your staff and players, as you manage everyone's needs and the goals they set for you. Your backstory and attribute ratings can come into play during these conversations and unlock more paths by determining the dialogue choices you have available to respond in a way that best satisfies your goals. Perhaps your team's governor wants you to give a goal to win a championship this year. As you progress through the conversation, you'll come to several choices on how to direct the conversation. You can be a yes man and agree to the monumental task, or decline and risk the governor's wrath. But if your charisma is high enough, you can go down a route where you set up easier goals, such as making only the conference finals. The routes unlocked by your attributes aren't always the best option based on your situation, but the harder the objective, the more experience you'll receive. It's in your hands to determine what your goals are and your unique style and strategy in conversations to shape your MyGM story. Now with MyGM Building, it's a free roaming space where you take control of your MyGM to carry out responsibilities as the brains of the team. When the governor or one of your staff members wants to have a conversation with you, you'll see a notification on the calendar or other landing menus. Maybe the CFO needs to talk to you about cutting costs or managing public opinion, or the head coach wants to talk to you about a lineup change. You can then go into MyGM Building and walk up to them to have a conversation in person for a more authentic experience. Now, as for leaderboards, the rank mode from the previous MyNBA is now tied to MyGM. Compete with others to see how quickly you can hit level 20. If you get fired by your governor, it's game over. With so many options and ways to play, you'll have a ton of fun trying new MyGM builds as you do your best to make your way up the leaderboards. Now with the eras in MyNBA, they take you back in time to start your league during the greatest periods of NBA history. The Magic versus Bird, Jordan era, Kobe era, LeBron era, all return on new gen in NBA 2K25 along with the new Steph era. The Steph era begins during the 2016-17 NBA season, and you can relive the legendary Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, or try to stop their legacy as they dominate the league. While the Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers, led by LeBron and Kyrie, were the heavyweight matchup year after year during this time period, this is a historic era for many reasons. Former teammates James Harden and Russell Westbrook were thriving as solo artists, delivering MVP caliber performances on a near nightly basis. Harden powered the Houston Rockets' record-breaking offense, and Westbrook joined Oscar Robertson as the only players to average a triple-double over the span of an entire season. Out in the East, Giannis started emerging as a superstar on the Bucks, and the Boston Celtics were busy piecing together their pair of future NBA champions in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. The Steph era boasts some of the greatest NBA superstars at their peak, with budding talents making a name for themselves. There are also more MyNBA improvements, including MyGM, which is a bevy of new and exciting features, but they made sure that MyNBA got some love as well. So you got the NBA Cup to streamline MySteph management and more. So with the NBA Cup, it debuted as the in-season tournament in the 23-24 NBA season, but it now has a more in-depth integration into MyNBA modes. This tournament consists of a group play stage followed by single elimination knockout rounds, and on New Gen and NBA 2K25, the NBA Cup now supports between 12 and 36 teams with dynamic groups that change from year to year as you simulate your future of the league. Now we have league expansion and contraction, which is in New Gen on NBA 2K25. MyNBA introduces full validity to add or remove up to 6 teams to the league each and every offseason, rather than being limited to a total of 6 teams per save. Whether you want to accurately recreate the league's expansion boom in the 80s and 90s, or dramatically increase or decrease the size of the league in the modern era, this unlocks more possibilities to customize your MyNBA. When you start from a historical era, the way league news is delivered to you changes over time to represent what it was like in each era. Previously, this started as the 2K Times newspaper, evolved into a Web 1.0 page, and finally became a social media feed. In NBA 2K25, we have added a new Web 2.0 page format to bridge the gap in the late 2000s between the start of the internet and modern day social media. This Web 2.0 page is designed to be reminiscent of how NBA 2K game menus looked in NBA 2K11. Now with the streamlined MySteph management, previously MySteph had up to 17 staff positions surrounding your GM for you to fill and manage, but 2K noticed this could be overwhelming for players. So this year, MySteph management is simplified to your governor, GM, assistant GM, CFO, the head coach, head scout, and team doctor. Instead of managing all the staff within these departments, you can now hire bonus staff under each department as you need. Bonus staff are an easy way to boost the performance of a department without having to micromanage hiring and firing the extra staff. Want to make a big push in the playoffs? Move the bonus staff to head coach. Trying to cash in on a ton of draft picks? Move the bonus staff to head scout. You'll have the flexibility to balance what you want out of the team as well as any other tasks you might have if playing in MyGM. So y'all, that's basically everything important in MyNBA if you guys play that mode. But let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all of this. And if you haven't already seen the full course report yet, I will leave the link down in the description below. But if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Drop a like if you haven't already. And as always, stay blessed.